It is now confirmed. Floyd Mayweather is going to fight Jake Paul.
There's no way he'd get demolished.
Appearing on The Tonight Show. Starring Jimmy Fallon, Mayweather said something wild. When asked about facing Jake Paul in the ring, he made it clear that he had no doubts about winning. Easy, too easy. He was saying it wouldn't even be a challenge. He sees himself as far more skilled and experienced than the YouTuber turned boxer.
Jake Paul, maybe? Easy. Easy. Too easy.
It's too easy.
Too easy. At 48, too easy.
Mayweather has never lost a fight, so when he speaks, he means it. He isn't the greatest of all time for no reason. A boxer like him wouldn't take someone like Jake Paul seriously, especially since Jake is known for calling out older retired fighters just to make a name for himself. If Jake ever steps into the ring with Mayweather, it would be a huge challenge. Mayweather has fought and beaten the best boxers in the world. Meanwhile, Jake is still trying to prove himself. A fight between them wouldn't be easy for Jake at all. Of course, Paul wasn't going to let that slide. He fired back at Mayweather, taking a jab at his poor performance against YouTuber Deji Olatunji in their 2022 exhibition bout. Paul made it clear that if Mayweather struggled against Deji, he'd have an even tougher time facing him. You bum. Deji gave you a black eye in an event that had 4,000 people in it. Deji, ha ha ha. I would knock you out in 2 rounds, and you can't sniff Mike Tyson's toe. YouTube star Deji couldn't make it to the final bell against Floyd Mayweather, but he did manage to leave a mark on the boxing legend's face before being stopped. Even though he lost by TKO, just landing a solid punch on Mayweather was something many didn't expect. The British YouTuber traveled all the way to Dubai for a wild and controversial event where he faced the undefeated 50-0 champion in an exhibition match. Fans around the world were curious to see how a social media star would do against one of the greatest boxers ever.
This is going to be all night.
Agreed. But I think he's scared of people.
Nice lead hand there from Deji.
In another post, Jake Paul shared a news article that talked about how his fight with Mike Tyson had record-breaking views. He bragged just how big of a deal the fight was. Along with the article, Paul added a caption that seemed like a direct shot at Floyd Mayweather. He wrote, "I would be mad as well. You spend billions and you can't come close." No matter how much money Mayweather had, he couldn't pull in the same attention. There's a big difference between Mayweather and Jake Paul. When someone like Paul fights, people should be able to watch it for free because it's not that special. But when Mayweather steps into the ring, fans have to pay because his fights are worth the money. According to Mayweather, his skills and legacy set him apart from fighters like Paul. His fights are at a much higher level, making them events that people are willing to pay for. There's no comparison between what he brings to boxing and what Paul does.
When you're watching boxing for free, you can have millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay.
Jake Paul doesn't agree with what Mayweather said. His fight against Mike Tyson was a huge success. Their match became the most streamed global sporting event in history. Netflix had an incredible 108 million viewers watching on Fight Night. That number, according to Paul, proves that his fights are just as important as, or even bigger than, Mayweather's. He thinks that people are more interested in watching him fight than in watching a retired champion. Netflix and Most Valuable Promotions shared an official statement about the fight at AT&T Stadium. They said that the event reached a peak of 65 million people watching at the same time. Out of that number, 38 million viewers were from the United States. Between 12 and 1 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, more than half of all TV viewers in the U.S. were watching the fight. According to T-Vision, 56% of television viewership was focused on this one event. That means more than half of the people watching TV at that time were tuned in. These numbers prove how big the fight really was. With millions of people around the world watching, it became one of the most talked about events in sports history. Before his fight with Tyson, Jake Paul predicted that the event would get 25 million viewers, making it the most watched boxing match ever. He was confident that people would tune in to see the fight, but even he didn't expect what would happen next. After winning by a clear decision with the judges' scores of 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73, Paul spoke to reporters. He had won the fight easily, but something else shocked him even more. The number of people who watched the fight was much bigger than he ever imagined. Paul struggled to believe the final numbers. The event had way more viewers than he had predicted, making it one of the biggest moments in boxing history. But for Mayweather, he wasn't convinced. He argued that the viewership numbers weren't actually impressive because the fight was free to watch and not on pay-per-view. I don't really know where to go with this subject because if I say something, I'm going to get backlash. No matter what I say, it's always not right, he said.
I don't really know where to go with this subject because if I say something, I'm going to get backlash because, you know, no matter what I say, it's not.
Okay.
Mayweather does have a point. As of last July, he holds the top 4 most purchased boxing pay-per-views of all time. According to Rodney Reeves from Front Office Sports, no one has sold more pay-per-views than him. His fight against Manny Pacquiao is still number 1 with 4.6 million buys. Right behind that is his bout with Conor McGregor, which sold 4.3 million. Then there's his fight with Oscar De La Hoya, which had 2.44 million buys, followed by his match with Canelo Alvarez at 2.2 million. These numbers prove that people are willing to pay big money to watch Mayweather fight. He believes that pay-per-view sales show real value, not just how many people watched for free. During his chat with Fallon, Mayweather directed an unsubtle dig at Paul's older brother, Logan.
Well, me and Logan, we done an exhibition. That's why he moved to WWE because he wanted to hold me the whole night.
He wanted to hold on to you.
He wanted to hold on.
He wanted to hold on to you, yeah.
I think WWE is good for Logan.
Back in June 2021, the legendary boxer faced off against WWE star Logan Paul in an 8-round exhibition match at Hard Rock Stadium. While no official winner was declared, the bout drew massive attention from fans worldwide. Now it looks like Mayweather's gearing up for another showdown, this time with Jake Paul. After their heated exchange online, the retired boxing icon seems ready to step back into the ring, something that has Jake Paul buzzing with excitement. Jake, who transitioned from YouTube stardom to a full-fledged boxing career, recently took on Mike Tyson in a highly anticipated fight and emerged victorious. Rumors are circulating that Jake Paul's next major fight could be against none other than Floyd Mayweather. While the details remain under wraps, speculation is growing that the bout is set to take place in early 2025. With this fight on the horizon, do you think Jake Paul can pull off another shocking upset like he did against Mike Tyson? Or will Floyd Mayweather remind the world why he's one of the greatest by handing Jake a decisive defeat? What are your thoughts? Please comment down below.